presence, Ms. Habiba Kahinde. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks. Really nice to see you guys again.
So without much ado, I want to welcome Camilla Nontra.
Yay!
Oh my goodness! I should come to you every day when I need.
Correct. This is Sudan.
Wow.
Sudan. Believe it or not, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt.
Interesting.
Begin to think in a Pan-African way, because they now see that their conditions are not just about that local space, but the condition is linked to all of the other.
Hello. How are you? Oh, wow. Auntie Dodo is here already. Okay. How's everyone doing this afternoon? It might be even on your end of the woods. Welcome to the Pan-Africanist show. We're going to have an earlier show this week because we won't be able to make it on Saturday because my co-host Jesse will be tied up.
Yes.
So
literally.
we decided we're going to have it earlier today. And today we have a special guest. And I'm going to start by thanking God for today. By him we live, we move, and have our being. We thank him for life, for good health. And as you can see, all three of us are well by his grace. Okay, one of our supporters says, afternoon, it's bedtime here. Okay, that's in the UK. So I'm going to hand over to my co-host, Jesse, to welcome.
Yes. Well, first off, it's always a pleasure to see all of you again. Many of you oftentimes wonder, how do we put together such a wonderful show? They say, Fred, Jesse, you all work very hard to put together a show that connects everybody across the diaspora. And my response to you is, it's not us. It's the person that's going to be against us. This person is amazing. You may have seen some of her culinary delights on social media. She's winning awards for that, all that stuff. But this is actually the glue that brought not just us together, but the glue that brought the whole concept of AfriscopeTV together. So we are very, very honored and blessed today to have a very special guest with us. This is one of our co-executive producers. She is the queen mother of everything that we make, Miss Nkechi Ajaeroh. How are you?
Oh my God! Thank you so much, guys. That's so very kind of you to say. Oh my God! All those wonderful, glorious things. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today to join the guys of Pan-Africana. Yes. So we're just gonna chat, you guys. Everybody chill and make sure you share this broadcast out. Okay, invite friends, family, everybody. Come on and join us today and always. Every Saturdays apart from today. Today is Thursday. This one is kind of impromptu, and I'm so excited to, join the guys. But every other time is gonna be Saturday at the normal 12:30 Eastern time, right? So make sure to join us today and all the time. Hey, if you're on Periscope land, thank you so much for joining. So yeah, my name is Nkechi Ajaeroh, and I'm excited to chime in with the guys today. So yeah.
Well, we've got you today in the hot seat because so often you do amazing things behind the camera, and I think the people need to know all of the stuff that you are working on. So I want to step back. I want to get my time machine and kind of take us back to many, many, many years ago with this program, this application called Periscope. Mm-hmm. You were one of the first people that I think everybody who was involved in our community was able to see. You were a very fun-loving personality. But what promoted you to even want to get involved with Periscope? How did you become the person that we all know today?
I know, Periscope, right? Here's what happened. I joined Periscope, and And it seemed like a very fun community, and everybody was just out there supporting each other, wanting to put their businesses out and stuff. And then I felt that we don't really have a lot of people, people of my color, on Periscope. I mean, we do have a couple of people at that time, but I felt like if we join hands together, we could be able to promote each other, support each other, and just build a community so that if we are trying to sell our product, we can promote it. Even as we have this show right now, if you're out there and you're hearing my voice and you're watching us, you can say, hey, we want you to promote your product. If you do have a product, if you do have a website, if you do have anything. And, even in between talking to our guests, we can say, hey, we have this awesome product from so person, you all check it out. So for me, that was also the idea of Afriscope. I felt like a few people that were scoping from Nigeria, the time difference, and I felt that if there were to be like a support body, we could be able to properly promote, assist, just help one another, So I felt like, okay, let's start Afriscope. And I had some of my Niger sisters that lived over there in Canada at that time, and a couple of us live here in America and some in the UK. And people were like on board with the idea. I remember I started and a couple of people joined, and we started doing the Afriscope 3 times a week, supporting. And my main goal really was because Periscope is like a tool. It's like a tool to help you to get talking, especially if you're gifted to really share your view. Getting on camera, talking to people is like, hello, can I do this? It's like daunting. It's like, especially if you're going to turn on the camera and you don't know who is watching or nobody ever gonna come around. So that was the thing. I just wanted us to be able to just be able to share our thoughts, opinion, our businesses, just be able to do what other folks were doing at that time. And I felt that there wasn't any community that was really for the Black people, because I joined a lot of Periscope communities, and just I was like, okay, we have to really get some people that will understand us. Sometimes there's a way we talk, and sometimes there's a way we act. Sometimes it's like it may seem like it's a little slow, So if you feel like you want to be, not really to be understood, but you feel like if you see, or if you're in the midst of people who are your color, who feel, who've been through some of the things you've been through, they may be able to have a little bit more passion, with you and all that. So that was why I started Afriscope Periscope. And we weren't even much, but we made a whole lot of difference.
Absolutely. And one of those differences is you made it comfortable for people who had never really stepped outside of the borders of their respective countries, but see other Black people, to build relationships and networks that, have survived over the past, 6 years, 7 years at this point. And that's really a testament to you, because even in being a new person into the network, you may not know anybody else, but you see when Nkechi Scope is coming up that you're going to log in and see what she has to say. She's also going to be friendly and just an inviting personality to feel comfortable in a bigger movement. So thank you for that.
You are welcome.
I think I did my first live recording on Periscope, I think. Yeah. So it got all of us going on this thing called social media, going live and all that. Now, most people, it's a testament to your vision, because most people now do it by themselves. I see a lot of our former brothers and sisters going live, promoting their businesses on different platforms, and that was the first time I got to meet them. So that definitely helped was a springboard to help push them forward.
Yeah, especially to deal, with the fear. And I remember it was crazy the first time I went live. I was like afraid. I'm just like, right now, when I think about that first time, I'm like, afraid of what? But I was literally, just afraid of, I guess, the unknown, And you remember, AfriScope was pretty much based on community, on culture, on Africanness, kind of just for us to relate to one another and also have each other's back in using social media and stuff. So that really, a lady was interviewing me yesterday on her podcast. We also met on AfriScope. She's a member of our community, and she was like, damn, Nkechi, I remember when you pushed me to go live. So, so those are really amazing. That amazing testimonies we have coming from that community, that most of us started doing this, and now it's like we're building businesses. Like now she's a podcaster, right?
Wow.
So it's like we are now doing all of these because of that little step. So that's amazing. That's incredible.
Wow. So now I see just about a year ago, I see you did a little shift. I don't know whether it's to call it a shift or there's been a transformation where I see you're big on healthy eating. Can you give us a background on how you got started on that journey?
Yeah, what happened was I was born and raised in Nigeria, and back home we eat a lot of. I remember my father; he was everybody is like, I don't know. I think it's the same thing with Ghana, because a couple of times I've been to Ghana. I think everybody got like backyard garden. You can grab the garden eggs and all that from the backyard. Yeah. If you're making, let's say, yam porridge, or you want to add some veggies to your jollof rice, or So I remember, like, we ate meat, but we ate a lot of plants based. Yeah, meat is like one or two. It's not like it's like a steak dinner. You understand what I'm saying? So the difference is so much. And because I was born and raised in Nigeria, I felt like I wanted to share with my kids, the kind of things that I ate growing up. And initially, actually, that has always been in my mind, but I've always said when I retire, but 2018, I went to the doctor, and she was like, hey, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, and I'm live. But anyways, and the doctor was like, hey, you gotta do this. And I had a scary head challenge, So after that, I felt like, man, I can't say when I retire, I start sharing the recipes I want to share with my kids. Yeah. I'm going to start it now. You understand? And I felt like being a mother at that time. At that time I had just finished serving. I was no longer in the army, but my husband was he's still serving up to now, and always traveling. So I felt like I can do two things. I love AfriScope, and I love the commentary. I love everything, the community. I love the culture, everything that we share. But I want to kind of pivot and do my food full time, because I really want to start sharing this thing and my kids, when they see me writing recipes, they see me making videos of stuff, they feel like, yeah, mommy, you're making this for us, right? When I grow up, I can make that recipe. I can always go to the blog, like they know. And for me, that was what I wanted, So I felt like I'm not going to wait until I'm 50. I'm not going to wait until I'm retired. I'm not going to wait anymore. Nothing is promised. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing these recipes. And also, because I got a crazy diagnosis that I had to follow up with some biopsy and a lot of things, but thank God it was negative and stuff, yes. And, but because I had that, I also have to pivot in my way of eating, and I felt like, because I'm now being more intentional about eating healthier and making food my medicine and all of those good stuff. That is also what I want to share on the blog. I just do not want to leave the blog as Nigerian / African food. And then while inside the corner of my kitchen, I'm just making beets and eating them and cooking cucumbers and cutting them up, eating them raw. I just want to be transparent. So what I eat is what I share. What I promote is what I believe in. So that was really, yep, you're right, 2000. But really, nothing really started on my blog until last year, because throughout last year, my husband was deployed. So I was just focusing on the kids and all of that. And I did that pivot in around ending of 2018, but nothing really started until towards ending of last year. All the times before then, I was just like, maybe write 2 lines, drop on the blog. It was towards the end of last year that I was taking it a bit serious and being a little bit intentional. And then I started the community inside Afrofusion. I felt like it's a lot of work. I can't do it anymore, and I closed down the community. But yeah, it's been quite a journey, and every journey is different. But I am excited because some people who are having some, nutritional challenges or some things are able to maybe get some recipes that will help them out. And some people who want to start living healthier and eating healthier and changing their lifestyle also can look at what I'm doing. I'm not perfect, nope, not near to perfect, but they can look at just the way I'm managing it and say, you know what? I can do it. I can take it one step at a time. I can start small. I can do it. And I can just put myself first. That's what I usually say. Put yourself first and make every food count. At least maybe make 75% of the food count. So yeah.
Yeah. She's saying that she's not perfect, but I don't know if you all have seen the pictures. This isn't a camera tricks. This is what she actually makes this stuff. It looks really, really good. I can imagine that the whole entire food system when you're leaving continental Africa and you get to America is like night and day. Because I can imagine that America is basically trying to kill you with food and sodium. But it's all great. So what I'm curious about is
excuse me, Jess. That's a link to
yes.
At the bottom. Yeah. So
yes, go look at the food. Don't drool on your computer screens when you do it. Yes. Go look at the food. All right. So what I'm curious about is you seem to have all of these different talents and skill sets, right? So you are courageous enough to go out and do lives. You have culinary skills. You're also, a manager. You're a business mind at heart. You are a mom. You're a wife. How in the world do you balance everything? And what is the formula, or where can I go get the pill that will help me do it? Right.
Oh my God! I wish I can just say, "Yay! I balance everything, and I have everything all figured out." No, I don't. For real, I don't have it all figured out. Nothing is. I don't even really talk about balance. Most of the time, I talk about harmony. I am somebody that really, really values my peace a lot. And if he's taking my peace, he's taking away too much. And so I guess those are some of the things that I look at. And I kind of look at what I have to do and range them that way. Maybe the first pretty much helping my kids. And then honestly, I wish I can say, oh, my business is number one right now, but I wish it is, but it's not. Especially with schooling at home. It's a lot. So I really have to. It's like, but I have another master's degree in education. So I guess I'm working as assistant education teacher right now. Helping the kids really with their schoolwork because it's a lot. I don't have a formula for really having it all figured out. I guess what I would say is you have to know what your priorities are, and our priorities are different. I have people like me who also started blogging the time I started, and they are way far off there. And I know that I come to Pastor Fred sometimes, and I'm like, I want to really monetize my site. I want to put ads, but I don't want to put ads and it's not making any money. If you go to my site up until today, I still have not set up ads because I feel like the traffic I'm getting, well, I thank God for that, but I don't think it's enough to really adequately give me something that I can use to, I don't know, I'm being crazy, right? But but I'm being serious, so I don't have it all figured out. Just know what your priorities are, and then go for those things that that you will look back and say, like, one thing I want to do, and I know my parents did, was like, they let me fly. I went to boarding school when I was how old? In Nigeria, Ghana, we don't go to boarding schools. Like, when you start high school, you don't stay home. You go to boarding school. And I went to one of the best boarding schools. Yeah. I went to one of the best boarding schools, and after that, I went to college, all of them outside of home. And I felt like even from my primary school, staying home, like my parents, they gave me enough because they were always there. Like, I remember my mom always sitting there and I'm doing my homework and all of that. And it's not like they were rich. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to look back, and that's what my mom always looked back and felt like she did her best in all of us. So if you decide to be a fool tomorrow, that's on you. So I want to always look back at my kids and whatever. I know that I gave it my all. I did my best. I was there every step of the way, and just that would give me immense joy. My blog making enough money, getting a lot of brand deals, all of that, it would give me joy, but it would give me money, but maybe, I don't know, about really, really, that kind of deep appreciation and looking at what you have done and just being satisfied and just feeling like you did it. So I guess the formula is really you looking at your goals and looking at the things that are really important to you, because it's going to be different. You understand? For some people, is really let me tell you, every single time I felt let's not even, but every time I feel like, okay, I should do this more, I should do this, but I look at my goal again, and I know that some things may not give me money, but they are more important than, So if you're looking for the formula, again, it's looking at your goals, looking at those things that are most important to you, and just going, where your heart leads you, which is doing the right thing at the right time. I'm not going to say I'll pursue my business right now with all my heart, and then 10 years I start raising my kids. At that time, they're already grown out of the house. When they need me to really raise them and keep sharing with them the right things and the things to do and things not to do, is right now. So that's the thing. That is the magic, I guess. And every other thing, even the books that I wrote, if I think I want to write, I give myself 3 months, and within the course of that 3 months, I wake up at maybe 1 right up until 3 a.m. and I go to bed. I write 2 hours every night just to make sure that I keep a promise that I've made to myself, and that I produce the book at the end of that 3 months. And so if you can try and walk in some crazy hours into what you're already doing out there, that will be wonderful. But if not, just take it easy, and do what you can, and if you are prioritizing those most important things, you will be fine. You will be, I guess that's what I'll say, right? You'll be fine as long as you're doing your best, and doing the things that you think will make you happy and give you peace. And there is actually no magic formula.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, like prioritizing is really important, especially putting, like you said, you take care of your business and you leave your kids alone, they'll be all messed up when they are 10 years old and up, But then taking care of them first, because that's more important. Certain things are more important than making $500,000 or $1 million.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm curious about the fact that I know you said you had military service. That is a very unique perspective. I'm wondering what your military experience was like.
Is it like with fellow soldiers or?
Well, I mean, usually, so I come from a family that has a lot of people in the military, and there are a lot of different attitudes about it, but a lot of people look at it as I have an objective, I'm here to do it, and then after that, I'm going to get rewarded with maybe early retirement, I'm going to get rewarded with, a position at a place I want to be, or be able to pay for school, or whatever the case may be. But there are some people who end up loving it. So you just never know which one. And I know that, say what you will, there are other, depending on who's in charge or who's in the driver's seat of the military, sometimes it can influence how great or how bad the situation is historically. But I'm just wondering, with you coming over to here and having that experience, what was that like? What's the transition like?
Actually, what happened was, my service wasn't really because it's gonna pay for school. You see, my father was a Nigerian, he served in the Nigerian army, and none of us was able to serve. You understand what I'm saying? One of my brothers wanted at a time, and then he was just too much into business, and he never. So I felt like I just wanted to have that. I just wanted to, write that down. Hey, I'm a veteran. I feel like it's such an honor. And because I was now in America, I feel like, I can still do it here. You understand what I'm saying? So me, it was just like honor. I just want to serve. You understand what I'm saying? So that was what made me join and made me serve, and just experience is crazy, because I don't know. I'm not going to compare with any other branch. I was in the Army. Maybe Navy might be a little different, or Marines might be a little different, but it's just hard. You understand what I'm saying? It's one of those hardest things you have to do. When I joined the Army, my mom was alive, so I didn't know how she was gonna feel like if I deployed or if anything happened to me and all of that. Now being a parent, I don't know, and especially because I and my husband, we have this background. I don't know. I may discourage my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because you signed that line saying that, no matter even if they're going to pay for school, no matter whatever, is a huge responsibility that something could happen, especially if something happens and you gotta go get deployed, and stuff happens. So yeah, for me, I just wanted to serve. I just wanted to give that to America. That's how I felt in my heart at that time. I felt like I want to do that. I felt accomplished after doing it. It came with a lot of challenges too. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. Just a lot of things I'm not even gonna start bothering you with, but it's just a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment. You better be able to wake up early, go do the things you're supposed to do, run that 9 miles, just a lot of things, right? But yeah, but it's something that I felt really happy that I did. It was scary. It remains one of the scariest decisions I had to make. Because it's hard. But again, hey Habiba, some people that join or serve when they are very young, they really don't understand a whole lot of things. And maybe they saw some people in their family serving and they want to serve and stuff like that. But still, that's okay. No matter what your decision is, no matter what your reason is, I think it's a huge, super huge responsibility that, that it's a lot. And we all have different experiences. And if talking about, let's say, just regular schmuggler experience, I remember some of my superiors, they'll be like, hey, the army doesn't need this. And they're talking about like our hair or our waist that is a little big, because sometimes when you gotta get not the combat uniform, but the uniform that's like ceremonial uniform, it's like a stretch skirt and like all those people that dress in ceremonial attire, right? Sorry, I was looking at all those people that dress in ceremonial attire, right? Sometimes it may fit snugly on you if you're somebody who is like, again, sometimes the way they make the dresses and the things, they make it with one size in mind. Right. You have to, you understand what I'm saying? So those are crazy stuff, but I think the most important thing is for you to know the reason why you want to do it, and also to to give it to your fatherland if you want to, and for me, that was what I wanted to do, and I'm glad I did.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I think those sound like, first of all, thank you for your service, and I think it makes you heroic, because oftentimes I rarely see people nowadays who say they wanted to do it because they wanted to serve their country. Like usually, the people I know, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna try to get them for this college.
You see, those people are very young. Sometimes maybe they're 18, 19. So that's just what they're thinking. They're not thinking about really the responsibility.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, let's see. What do we have? Okay. Well, we got somebody. Hello, you and now and me. Hello. I guess somebody, her Periscope watchers named you and now and me. Hello. Thank you for watching. So I want to talk a little bit now. We've talked about your social media presence. We've talked about your culinary arts skills. We've talked about how you balance, or at least attempt to balance, everything and just make it look good at the same time. So now I want to shift over specifically to this concept of AfriscopeTV as it relates to 2020 moving forward. When we initially were talking about how we wanted to design this show and kind of connect the bridges of the diaspora, you were very supportive. And one of the things about it is you wanted this to be something bigger than just a show. I want to first hear a little bit from you about what your vision is ultimately for this renewed energy invested in Afriscope. Where do you see this in 5 years, 10 years?
Right. I mean, I think that we can really be a voice. You know what I mean? We can be a voice for the people. We can be a voice of reason. We can be a voice whereby people can share with us what's going on in their life, So having said that, I think that we should be able to promote ourselves. We should become a reputable online media company. And I think I've mentioned this for some of the times that we all chat. We can be that. You understand what I'm saying? We can be whatever we want this to be. It can go however high, as we want it to go. So I think we should definitely pursue it, and as positioning it to become an amazing online media powerhouse, whereby people can promote their stuff. People can look forward to getting the best of information, not fake news, and people can also look forward to getting amazing education, entertainment, all of that. You understand, from us. That means we're going to sort out reputable guests and bring them to the show, and all of that, things of that nature. We are also going to, because let's face it, if we are going to really become what we want to become, it's gonna require money. You understand what I'm saying? And time is money. Even giving you 1 hour every Saturday is money. Thank you so much, Habiba. Even given 1 hour every single Saturday is an amazing, time that you can use for something else. So if we are really using it to do a show, that means we believe in that show. We believe that it can uplift people. We believe that it can take people to places. I remember then in Nigeria, every day at 4 p.m., tuning in to watch opera show. You understand what I'm saying? This is not opera, but we are now online, which means we don't have to pay for studio space. I'm just speaking from my kitchen. Nene, what's up? I'm sorry, guys. You good? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, a few people said hi, Habiba, and you and now and me. You and now and me. I think again Habiba said it's a great vision. Good.
Yeah, thank you so much. So right now I'm talking from my kitchen, you guys also from your homes, so we really don't have to pay for studio space. But again, time is something that we can never get back. So as we are spending our time thinking of moving forward, we can also look forward to investing a little bit more time and also a little bit more, finance, just to see that it gets to where it's going to go to. As long as we are bringing the right people to chat with our people, the right subject matter, we can also attract the right investors or even the right people who just want to promote their stuff. And we can slide in some commercials in between guests and, before and after and all of that. A lot of things are happening now, and we know that we can promote a lot of businesses. You know what I mean? Promote them to everywhere that we are screened. And again, I can only promote my business so much. You understand? But if someone else is talking about my business, that means I got some reputation. You know what I mean? So
that's right. That's right.
That is only right. So now that we have done this for how many weeks? How many shows? What is this episode?
I've lost track now.
Since we have done this for more than 10 times, I would say, we can definitely reach out to small businesses. We can find a way to grow. We can look into strategies to grow so that we can position ourselves as a reputable media company whereby people can advertise and whereby we can, every Saturday, people can look forward to really getting knowledge or education or information that are real. Like I loved when Camilla, right, came to the show. The other lady that spoke about HIV and AIDS, Doc, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. And also,
Gloria.
Yeah, also G
Gloria.
came to the show about writing. Literally, everybody go write your book, right? She said. So those are information that can help anyone, and that's what we want, to build our community and also to maybe open Afriscope, the group, open the doors so that many people can come in. I see some people waiting to, trying to come in and just to open it up and really do a whole lot of promoting the community, the culture, the people, and all that we care about, and also saying the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sharing the truth and speaking truth to power. This can definitely be a very great outlet. For instance, a lot of things going on in Nigeria right now.
Absolutely.
And SARS. I was even thinking that I wish we can have a Nigerian guest next, like somebody who can report from there, because that is crazy, what's happening right now, and it's not new. A lot of African countries, it sucks because I don't know. I guess I have to. I guess I have to just. Yeah. I don't have to get emotional because of that. But it sucks what's going on right now, and we can definitely keep speaking truth to power and keep using this platform to promote the truth and our story and our culture and information, great information that will help our community and other people as well. And yeah, for me, the vision remains what it has always been, and even now we want it to be bigger. We want to become that voice, so that we can speak and other people can speak through us. And we also want to be there so that people need help with getting noticed, we can help them with that, so yeah, going forward, guys, we want you all to check us out. We want you all to come here if you want to promote your business, your book, your course, your whatever you're doing. We can help you really promote that. We can help you share it with the people if we think that that's a product we can use. Because one thing is that we're not going to promote what we can use, right? We're not going to promote what we don't believe in, right? So as long as we believe in that, as long as it's something that is useful, that can help other people, we can definitely help you spread that message.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. I just want to do some house cleaning. I just want to talk about a few house cleaning things here. So now there was a brother who came on. First of all, I want all of us to be respectful of each other. This is a show where we promote, we lift up one another. So if you're going to come on and say inappropriate things, we're going to put you on timeout. And if it happens again, we're going to ban you, block you.
Right.
Okay, because the brother was asking for a girlfriend. I feel this is not an appropriate place to come and ask for that. All right. Jesse, go ahead.
Yeah, don't ask for girlfriends. I second that. So I just want to say, I think one of the benefits of what you have already started here is the fact that we talk almost weekly about the imagery that goes out, both about continental Africa, the people in Africa, and the Black people in America, and how oftentimes, because we don't control those media outlets and those sources, we are fed misinformation, or I guess what's called now fake news, about who we are, what we're doing on this planet, and all of it really in the designed attempt to eliminate, one, our connection and our ability to dialogue with one another, but also to disrupt the historic greatness that flows within all of us because of our ancestry and because of, all the things that we have overcome to still be here and to still be producing and be creative and be able to manage so many different things at one time that people are fascinated by. So I think that what you have done is you have actually provided us a positive channel for us to be able to reconnect, kind of reestablish our connection with one another, and get a sense, because I know even for Periscope, the biggest thing that stuck out for me in being part of that Afriscope community was to see that people, no matter what country you are from, are essentially focused on the same things. Like, people go to work, they take care of their kids, they don't want to be bothered, right? That's pretty much it. I go to work, take care of my kids, have a little bit of fun, don't want to be bothered. We don't get caught up in all the geopolitical stuff that CNN and Fox and ABC and all them are talking about. And oftentimes what all the stuff they are talking about has the greatest impact on our communities when it all is said and done. Yet we're not the ones seeking to, dominate and control and all that stuff. We're just trying to live, right? And to have other people who are like-minded in other places around the world who can connect on that same level, to connect on that same vibe, I think it's going to open up networks. It's going to open up people's comfort with being able to travel outside of their normal comfort zone. I met Fred, so now like we're good friends because of AfriscopeTV.
That's right.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that we're giving you your roses and your credit for the work that you do, because even though we might not necessarily have $500,000 just yet, it's coming. But just we might not have it just yet. The quality of time and the effort that you have done to put together such an amazing community is certainly worth way more than that.
I agree. Good evening, Big Duke from Baltimore, Maryland. Welcome to the show. Vanessa is from Periscope. Hello, everyone from different parts of the country and the world. Nkechi, I put up your book, Elevate Your Life with the Power of Positive Perception. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So that Elevate Your Life was my first book, and I guess where I was going with that book really is just to encourage people that no matter what is going on in the world. By the way, we have a lot of things going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can at least be positive with just a little bit of something and keep moving because of that. Maybe thinking about your kids and how, good people they're going to be tomorrow and all of that. You can just keep moving forward because of that, instead of being stuck and not going anywhere, because of the situation of the world. So that was really my thought process when I wrote that book, Elevate Your Life with a Power of Perception. So just to, pick up something around you, and because of that, just keep going, pretty much. And and again, when I was working on that book too, I gave myself 3 months because, I've seen situations where you can literally write a book for several years, So I gave myself 3 months and I wrote it and I self-published it. And that book is not perfect. I could have said, "Oh, I'm not going to publish that," but you know what? Published it right there, and a lot of people that read it, actually it has a reviews on Amazon, and they really said that they did like it, So Elevate Your Life. That was my first book. Hey, Jerry, thank you so much for watching us live. Yeah.
Oh, that's Terry Little. That's
Terry Little.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be on Periscope with us a lot too.
Okay. That was Terry Little and Big Duke Habiba. Okay. Go ahead, Jesse.
No, we were talking. We left on the question about the book because you had just asked about the book, and she was telling us how kind of her plans for it. One of the things we seem to get, a lot of people who are authors, and we always like to encourage that because I think creative energy is important. And I also believe that there's no better feeling than getting a royalty check. There's no better feeling than getting a royalty check.
That's right.
For anybody who is looking at our show, I know we always have a lot of people who are interested in writing, and sometimes they're trying to plan out how they're going to do it. What Nkechi is doing is giving you a great plan on one way to do it. You can say, look, I want to have a finished product in 3 months. In order for me to do that, I need to carve out 2 hours a day. Whenever you have a time where you're not busy at work, busy with the kids, busy with a spouse, you can carve out those 2 hours a day to make sure that you work on your craft, revise your craft, and eventually have something to put out. But the biggest thing is for those of you who want to pursue that, make sure that you actually put it out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense if you just do it all and have it sitting on your computer, collecting dust.
Right?
And let people see what's going on and people read it. And you have to, I know sometimes it's hard because you got to have thick skin and, some people may not like it, and that's cool because not every book is for everybody.
That's right.
But at the same time, you never know the number of people that might galvanize behind what you put out and might find it very relatable. And we'll look forward to your future projects that you have going on. So I think, Nkechi, without even trying, is always giving us the playbook on how to elevate things and do better.
Exactly. And she has the same practical way that G talks about. G talks about at least an hour a day, setting aside. And I saw her do it. It was almost like a joke. She'll be sitting here with us. I'll be talking to her. She'll not hear me, and she's typing away. And before you know it, you have a book that is selling on Amazon, and no better feeling than seeing the royalty checks. Yeah. And so excuse me if I had to hop off. I'm also a parent, to take care of my little one. Yeah. Okay. Any questions, my good people? Maybe we can transition a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jesse, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you did today? Jesse took care of some civil duties today.
This is the personal part of the show. For the past 4 years, we have had someone who is in a position of leadership who I strongly disagree with. I deal with a lot of crises on a daily basis. So I'm a housing attorney. I'm pretty much trying to fight every day to keep people from being evicted. Many people who are being evicted through no fault of their own, but because COVID-19 as a virus, as a pandemic, has eliminated their employment opportunities. And as a result, their hours have been cut, or they've been unable to work. They've been terminated altogether, or they actually contracted COVID and were forced to be in quarantine or go to the hospital and weren't able to work. And as a result, landlords aren't able to collect rent from them. So one of the things that we've seen over the course of the summer were a number of what they call eviction moratoria, where there were one from the CARES Act and one now in effect from the Center for Disease Control to stop evictions, basically commandeering landlord resources to say you can't evict. And knowing that people, still have a responsibility to pay rent, but aren't doing so, landlords are frustrated because they feel like, hey, I can't even evict people who aren't able to pay me and go after something else. And I know it sounds really bad on the landlord part, but from the tenant part, it's even worse. It's like I'm dealing with not having a job. I'm dealing with trying to, teach my kids from a virtual school. And then now you're trying to kick me out of the house at a point in time where I may or may not be sick and I may or may not be asymptomatic and contributing to other places. So all these things have happened. We've had numerous opportunities for the government to get involved and do things like rental supplements that will help people and keep them in the home. And I've personally written emails to many of these congressmen to say, look, this is the problem. Here's what you can do. Let's help. When can we expect the help? Blah, blah. And most of those emails go to the spam folder. It's like a thumbs up gets passed. And it's like, thank you. We're going to ensure that we study really hard to figure it out. So because of that, we have this process every few years where an election comes up, where we get an opportunity to voice our opinion about who is in positions of leadership and replace them with the people that we want in there. And so for the state of North Carolina, today was our first day of early voting. I went to vote early. I've been excited, had this day marked on my calendar because I'm looking forward to firing some people. And so I went in and the lines here, first off, it's the proudest thing in the world, but it's also the saddest thing in the world. I have never seen so many beautiful Black people lined up in the hot food for hours at a time, all committed to doing the same thing that I'm trying to do. So it was a beautiful occasion. It's like a family reunion there, but we waited for about 2 hours in line to vote. The sad part of this is anytime that you have a large concentration of Black people who are voting and you're waiting for long hours at a time, then to me, it feels like voter suppression. It feels like an opportunity. And we know that there have been attempts made to try to dilute the voice or have people turned away or go home or feel like their vote doesn't matter or whatever the case may be. So what I'm hoping is that because we're seeing record numbers for early voting this year, One, we're not going to have to worry about people waiting until November 3rd or whatever at the last minute to try to do it, and God forbid, there's voter suppression afoot. But we also see that every few years you see where people are so vested, because oftentimes in our community they talk about Black people not being involved in voting, not being involved in the process, and they're trying to encourage us to go out, and there are a lot of reasons for that. So people who I primarily represent, who tend to be low income, it doesn't really matter who the president is to them, because low income issues are still going to be going on. The president's not going to fix your substandard housing, right? But it's all about, where do you want your country as a whole to be over the course of the next few years? So maybe the president won't come with a hammer to fix your house, but maybe he's going to put someone in the position of Secretary of Housing and Urban Development who is going to implement funding that will help your situation. Also, we have a lot of issues. If there was ever a year to vote, it's this. I'm talking about people not working because of COVID. I'm talking about police brutality, which is always around, but now we are mobilized and organized on the ground to address it. I'm talking about just wanting to have some degree of equity in an American system that has historically oppressed and divided Black voices, right? So this is an opportunity for us to exercise our voice, see what we can do when it comes to the composition of the people who run this country. And ultimately, the last thing I'll say is that selection process, this whole point of voting, it's not really just about America as a whole. It's also about your local areas, your mayors, your city councils, the people who actually do have a say over the police department. So it's about that. But there's this saying that America's trajectory oftentimes is interconnected with the rest of the world. So if you want your country to be able to be in a position where they're going to listen, or they're going to, the president has power to declare war. The president also has a power to provide aid, right? And we will want a president who's going to be more apt to provide aid than he would be to declare war, and certainly more apt to do that than he would be to allow 215,000 Americans to die of a very preventable virus. So that's kind of my spiel. I know I got my tangent, but yes, we have early voted today, and I am proud. I just want to thank all the people who have already come out and bared those long lines and voting machine issues and all that stuff to actually exercise their voice and get out here and vote.
Wow. Thank you, Jesse. That sounds amazing, and thanks for enlightening everyone. That's the process. And I know this time of the year, is it still hot? Is it still humid?
This is North Carolina. We're gonna be hot. So it was about 80 degrees today, but we're gonna turn the corner at some point, because at the end of October into early November, it'll start getting chilly.
Yeah. So to stand in this hot sun for that long just speaks about people's dedication and sacrifice, and being interested in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And another thing that Jesse might have left out, and whoever is in power appoints the judges. And if we want to be treated fairly by judges, we want certain judges to be in power. And if certain judge, God forbids, has to look at your case and you have a good case, but because of what you look like, you're going to be, the case will go against you. So that's also important. And they are there for life. So they decide to retire or they die.
Absolutely. And that's another thing. So we've seen appointments. There's a confirmation proceeding going on right now for Amy Coney Barrett. And a lot of people get frustrated with confirmation hearings because people don't answer obvious questions that folks think, you should know the answer to this. But there's a reason for that. It's a political issue, and people don't want to wade into the waters of a political issue because they are the vetted, appointed person by the president. The president can pull that appointment at any point in time that they want to if you say something wrong. And right now, they want to make sure that they secure the votes that they need from the Senate in order to get this great job for life that the president's getting them with the salary, the federal health care, all the great stuff that we can't get. That stuff, they don't want to mess that up. So that's kind of how it works. But even more important is the people who are appointed to Supreme Court justices, they're likely going to be there. You see, these people are young who he's appointed. So they're going to be there for the next 20, 30 years. And they're going to change the course of how the courts interpret almost every law that comes up that we challenge. Typically and historically, that has negatively impacted marginalized communities and women. So one of the things is people push back, people ask questions, they try to get a read on who are these folks who are going to be making these decisions. But if you look at the breakdown of how Senate is set up right now, largely due to voting or lack thereof, the Senate right now has the power to do pretty much whatever they want. So we know that she's likely going to be confirmed. We know that the legal system is likely going to be changed in some way. And, our job now is to say, okay, well, what do we do moving forward? Do we, put our heads in the sand and say, it's over? Or do we continue to fight and advocate for our rights and our communities and do so through exercising our power at the ballot?
Well said, Jesse. Nkechi, any final thoughts? An hour's gone by already.
I know. Final thoughts. I don't know. What are the final thoughts? We never even got to healthy eating, but anyways, what I want to say is to all our friends and community members listening, if you can vote in America, if you already have registered to vote, please vote. Yes, please go and exercise that right. And if you live outside of the US, pray for all the countries of the world, including America, and also when it comes to healthy eating, do your best. You don't have to do everything at the same time. You can't say, I'm eating only broccoli going forward. I'm not going to drink coffee. I'm not going to do this. It's going to be a whole lot of things you're going to be asking yourself to do. So it's that kind of drastic change may really not go far. So what you should be looking at is pretty much consistent change, commitment to the change, and community. And that community could be members of your family, really steering them along and cooking the same thing, and you're enjoying the healthier options available, right? So, and consistently doing that. We can't say we eat salad once a month and it's just gonna keep us healthy. So, consistently doing that at least every week, there's salad on the menu and stuff like that. And then staying committed to that vision. You understand what I'm saying? So you know that you are dedicated to this, you're gonna do this, come rain, come shine. So I guess that's how you can start. That's how you can stay. That's how you can do it. Don't do short fixes, quick fixes, they call it. All these people, especially the year is ending, the holidays are coming, people are going to sell stuff to us. People are going to tell us, hey, by the way, come and do this, and then you become, I've been hearing about lose the 19 COVID pounds or something like that. And, those are great, I guess, intentions, but sometimes it doesn't really work that way, just even if it's just little change. And when you're making the right change, you will love it. You understand what I'm saying? And nothing too gra-gra. Nigerians would say. Nothing too gra-gra. Okay. So, but yeah, staying committed to your goal and really doing it one day at a time. Usually, but having a plan. I'm not saying one day at a time. Be so flexible that you not doing anything and just say, you know what, maybe next month I'll eat salad. You know what, maybe after Christmas I'll eat this. No, but really having a plan that works. So that's what I'll say. If you can vote, go vote. if you want to stay healthy, know that it's something you have to do by yourself, not your doctor. Your doctor is not going to help you do that. I know sometimes we go to the doctor's office and they say 10 pounds. Your doctor is just someone else. He doesn't go to McDonald's with you. He doesn't go to your house with you. He's not your doctor cannot help you with that. A nurse cannot help you with that. Your pharmacist cannot help you with that. My first job in America actually was. So I remember those kind of medicines we used to feel, even medicine to help people use the bathroom. And I'm wondering why. How about you go eat some broccoli, eat some fruits and veggies, and mango and all of that. So
celery.
I know it's just a lot of things. So those people are not going to help you with staying healthy or eating healthy or living a healthier lifestyle. You, my friends, you're going to help yourself with that. That is one job no one else is going to do for you. That's a decision you're going to make by yourself, for yourself, and even for your kids. If you have kids, you're not going to say your kids don't eat salad. No, you give them whatever you give them is what they eat. My kids already know we eat what we have. So therefore, we have salad today. That's what we're going to eat. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I want to say. Take it one day at a time. My people are already coming down to arrest me. Take it one day at a time and go for your goals. Most importantly, if we want to make a change, we have to become part of that change. If you're going to vote, go vote. All right? Thank you guys for having me. I'm going to mute myself. My employers are here, right?
Also, I have to have it on the show. There are three things I wanted to talk about. The three big things quickly, but then we'll continue on another time. It's high blood pressure.
What is that?
High blood pressure, foods to fight high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol. Those are the three things that plague us. So,
Yes.
if any quick foods before we go.
Yeah, definitely. You live in California, so you can get beets. If you don't, you see the recipe I made on Sunday right there on my Instagram, right? The beets. I can even send you the recipe PDF. Yeah, that is really good because my husband used to have he was going up and down on blood pressure before he deployed last year, and it was just like a couple of weeks. I had to work with him, and he actually deployed with no blood pressure medicine, and now he doesn't. In Jesus' name, since last year, this year, he never had to take any medicine on that. So definitely, have beets is really good for the heart. Actually, your entire heart, not just the blood pressure. And again, the little thing that say eat less salt and then more potassium, less sodium and more potassium. And potassium, you're going to have to dine and eat your kale. So that, also like spinach. If you can get those in your system every single day or 3 times a day, you understand, or 3 times a week, I meant to say. So beets is really great. I love it. Your greens, don't cook it until it's, how they cook greens and they say greens and it's already brown. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. So just and the spinach, if you can add it to your, and there is this drink I call Power Blend, and I'm serious about that. It's like spinach, kale, or and spinach and celery and parsley. Parsley, very good for blood pressure. Also celery. So all of those things, and then you sieve it. I can send you guys a link to the video. So I can actually drop it here.
You can drop it here.
It's called the Power Blend. It's a PDF recipe that also has a video, and it's like my freebie. So I will drop it. Anybody that wants it. My people are already here, but yeah. So those are really, really good, especially less sodium, more potassium, and then if you can get beets, especially eating it raw, and it gives you energy too. But it's good for the heart, and the greens you see walking around. Great for the heart as well. Yeah, there are definitely several things to do, which is it will warrant definitely another broadcast,
Yes.
and yeah, and
So
that way we can go in detail.
sure. Like another thing too she mentioned was, if you're like me and you don't like to eat apples, I blend them with my what was it, celery and ginger, and then
I was talking and my speaker was
wait, what happened?
Yes,
Okay.
you can blend apple if you don't like eating it. Actually, the recipe I shared on my Instagram on last week Sunday, I believe, is a drink. G said she was gonna make it. She commented on the video. Is beets, apple, ginger, and lemon. You understand? So we blend it every day. I haven't done actually yesterday and today, but yeah, you blend it. And I don't, if you know me, I really don't support juicing. Use your blender. You understand? Because I feel like juicing, you waste a lot of vegetables, and then you don't, sometimes it doesn't squeeze them all out. But there's a way I do it. And yeah, the easiest video, which was 30 seconds, is on my Instagram. That can give you an idea. But also I have the extended video, which I can send you the link to. Yeah, you don't eat it, fine. That's good. Blend it. You understand what I'm saying? You blend it, but you gotta find a way to get it in your system.
That's right. Like me, I do the one I showed on Instagram this morning. I have that every day now. I
saw that too. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
After my workout, and I drink it, and my day started. I feel energized, and not just the eggs and bacon.
I feel judged. I feel.
That's okay. All right. Okay, Jesse, close us out.
Yes. So for all of you, if you have not done so already, make sure that you are following us. We are on Facebook, Pan-Africana by Afriscope. And so make sure you follow us there. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure, if you haven't already gotten some of our amazing merchandise, make sure that you get you a shirt or something. Fred has his. Mine is in the house. I was going to wear it to go vote, but I had Zoom meetings for court. So anyways, definitely make sure that you get some merch, and make sure that you follow us everywhere. And don't just follow us. Follow Nkechi. I've told you already about her culinary delights. Go ahead, follow her. I would say, leave it to the professionals, but I think that she's making the recipe so that you can try to make them on your own. So, and make sure you take pictures and tag her in the pictures of what it looks like when you do it, because it probably won't be the same as
I tagged in one of mine, the bully.
Yes, you did.
So yeah, and we'd like to thank you once again for tuning in. I know this is a different night and time than usual. We will not be on this Saturday, but make sure that you can still share us, and you can still go back and watch all the old episodes that are up on YouTube at this point. And we will be back. I don't know what my dates are. Whatever the Saturday is after this one.
I think that'll be the 24th.
The 24th.
Will be yes. 24th, yes. So thanks everyone for joining us. Have a blessed evening. Bye.